Hello, I'm Squallcasting, and this is another game of StarCraft 2. Because what else would I do on my YouTube channel? Aside from Diablo 3, but that's pretty evident from just looking at it that it's not StarCraft. Anyways, this is the second game of the best of three between Ostojiy here, Purple Zerg, and Bomber, the Blue Terran. I know the name tag there says Startail Curious. In fact, it says the same thing here. Startail Curious, yeah, that's lying. It's actually Bomber. So in the last game, we saw both players just play really passively, to be honest, for most of the game. Ostojiy went for a Ling Infestor Ultra style, eventually added on Corruptors and a few Brood Lords. Bomber went for tons and tons of Bio, expanded a lot. The map was really conducive to just using a few bunkers and planetaries to clog up choke points that the Zerg melee units would come through. So he was basically able to get 5 bases and defend them quite easily. Ostojiy did try some Nidusing to counter that, but it didn't quite work out. And Bomber also used a whole bunch of Ravens, which just filled me with glee, because I love Ravens. Now, Bomber is doing something a little bit curious, as shown on the monitor here. He is building his beds here, instead of inside his base. My guess for this would be that he's going to do some Banshees, or Reapers. Actually, considering the rally point. Or just wants to put a bunker down at the hatch first. Well, whatever. Anyways, he's building a barracks here. I guess based on the rally point, he's not going to make a tech lab and then make a starport or anything like that. So, a little bit weird positioning, I guess. But it could be that this unit... Yeah, this unit pathing means that if Ostojiy scouts out, he'll go down this way automatically and then up here. And Bomber will probably fully wall this, then put the ramp up, and Ostojiy won't know what's going on. The SCV shows up here. There is a drone coming to nibble at it, but that's nice positioning there. The SCV is going to be safe most of the time. Is getting nibbled at a little bit now, but now moves and is completely safe once again. The Marine will arrive very shortly to drive away that drone. There is another drone coming down. Bomber needs to run that SCV away for a little bit. Marine is arriving. Here we go. SCV is going to resume working at it. Marine starts shooting away at those drones, but so many drones being pulled, and it looks at this point like Bomber might just fall back. And even though that didn't deal a ton of damage, Ostojiy lost a lot of mine time. That was 6 drones that weren't mining for a good 10-15 seconds, and he dealt the damage he wanted to, and now moved his barracks back into his base. So just a really small thing, but whoa, Ostojiy making a whole bunch of Zerglings. Could be he just really overreacted to that bunker rush. Just made a whole bunch of Zerglings, and now he's like, well, I guess I might as well attack because I made all of them. Either that, or he's assuming the barracks was like really proxied, and he'll just be able to walk up this ramp and kill everything. But that's not going to happen. Bomber will probably raise that people. Yeah, there we go. And there are enough Marines to repel that. And now these Zerglings are basically dead weight. They're not going to contribute anything at all for the next several minutes. At best, he'll just be able to take the watchtowers. That's all they'll really be able to contribute. And those were, larvae that were not drones. So at this point, Ostojiy is a little bit behind economically. Only has a very tiny drone lead against his opponent. And the mule more than makes up for that 2 drone lead. So some nice play out of Bomber. He's getting a tiny edge. Is getting a factory now. Throwing down a bunker at there. Okay. I've never seen a place there before, but that's kind of cool. In any case, Ostojiy does have his first gas up now. Hasn't gotten one done here yet, but it is on the way. He has 3 queens active, starting to spread creep. This queen is, well, a dedicated creep spreader. She will spend the majority of her life spreading creep, until one day she will get a hatchery of her own, potentially the hatchery that's going to appear here in just a second, at which point she will be able to make babies and she will be happy. Yeah, inject larva apparently counts as making babies. Anyways, So Bomber does have the space now. Starting to mine from it. Let's take a look at the workers again. Wow. Ostojiy droned up really nicely behind that failed Zergling aggression. Up to 48 drones now. That's pretty impressive. But with all that map control he has, he will know if there's an attack coming, at least until when medevacs will start being produced. So he's pretty safe for the time being. It's producing a big round of Zerglings now and a Baneling nest, so could be we will see a Baneling bust out of him. That would be pretty interesting. I do like the Overlord spread he's got going on. One there, one here above the high ground. So he will be able to check and count how many Marines that Bomber has. Always good to have that sort of intelligence. Intelligence as in he's aware of such things, although Bomber is also an intelligent player. There are multiple meanings for the word intelligence, and I'm going to stop talking now, because you want to know about StarCraft 2, not definitions in the English language. That Marine does get shredded by the Zerglings, and yep, instantly start morphing into Banelings. See how Bomber responds to that. He has one barracks, let's get a Marine count, 6 Marines and 1 tank, and that's it. Will Siege be done in time? Oh, I think it is done, but he hasn't sieged it up yet. So, if that siege tank gets sieged up in time and hits these Zerglings, he could take out a lot. Yep, there goes the siege tank. Hopefully the Zerglings going first. Oh, they are. 1 Baneling goes down, 2 Banelings go down. Even, oh my goodness, losing so many Banelings. And I don't think any of those Banelings hit any Marines. Now, Ostojiy is still continuing the aggression, still has a lot of Zerglings, but that attack was just completely blunted by the presence of that 1 siege tank on the high ground. He will be able to pick off some supply depots here. And wow, Zergling's getting up into the main, but only a single Zergling living to start hitting away that siege tank. And wow, Ostojiy still dealing a lot of damage here. Clearly Bomber was not quite anticipating this much aggression out of him. And that tank nearly dies, but look at that, 32 kills. That tank was the saving grace for Bomber. If he had not had that tank, or if it had been positioned differently, this entire battle would have been a very different story. So, nicely held by Bomber. Take a look at the workers killed. Only 4 SCVs killed in that engagement. Although I do believe he killed more earlier. So, only really killed 3 or 4. Did pick off a few supply depots and some Marines. But no, that tells the story right there. That was not cost effective in the slightest. Losing so many Banelings to that single siege tank. Not a good result for Ostojiy. But that said, though, he's definitely not out of this. He is still doing decently in the drone count, although with 5 mules, I'm pretty sure Bomber is blowing Ostojiy out of the water as far as income goes. Looks like Bomber wants to push out now. Doesn't he have any medevacs yet? Doesn't even look like he has a starport yet. Is he even building one? I don't think he is. Okay, just gonna go Marine tank with no starport support whatsoever. But I don't know, maybe he's just moving forward to get to secure this third here. How are they taking this base before this base? But that said, I suppose that makes sense in terms of staying safe from run-bys. Or safer against run-bys. And yeah, it looks like he just wants to finish a wall of supply depots here. And then that way he can park his army here. He will protect this base from run-bys. He will protect this ramp from run-bys. And if a run-by comes here, Zerglings take quite a while to kill supply depots, so he will have time to get Marines in position. So, well, that's kind of cool. Moving forward, probably going to scan and take out a completely ridiculous number of creep tumors, or saving it for the time being. It looks like he's going to flank around here, starting to siege up those siege tanks. Definitely needs to go to a siege quickly, as there's quite a few Banelings there. They do not have speed, though. The speed is a ways off from finishing. Ostojiy is definitely in a rough position here. There we go. He's going for it. Gets a nice flank from behind. Banelings coming from behind as well. Tanks target firing nicely, taking out most of the Banelings. Yeah, Ostojiy just not killing as much as he would have liked in that engagement. More Zerglings coming out. A bunch of mutas as well, but I don't know how well mutas will help against this many Marines. Drones even engaging in the battle, losing so many, and GG. Wow. Ostojiy trying for the epic Baneling bust, but it just didn't work out at all, losing every single Baneling before it hit anything. Absolutely terrible outcome for him, and Bomber just rode the lead he got from that battle to victory. So thank you guys for watching my video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you guys later.